guidance and support. In fact, under his guidance, we are working on some project wherein entrepreneurial opportunities could be explored and people could be trained professionally for managing these gaushalas and also coming up with emerging and innovative business models. Sir, I'm very happy to welcome you on this occasion.
Yes, thank you very much.
As Dr. Vaishali Mitra says, sir, this event we have been organizing every year since 2012, and it has become a signature event for postgraduate program. And basically, this event has been organized conventionally by the students. And I only feel sorry for the students that they are not able to involve or get personally involved in organizing various events like exhibitions, etc. Nevertheless, I appreciate their enthusiasm, their zeal that they have continued with this action. My compliments to the students. So the purpose of this activity is to bring on one common platform students, innovators, investors, all those professionals involved in the task of developing startups and innovations in the country on one platform, showcase their business model, showcase their products, prototypes, whatever they have, and exchange views on common issues, which is concerning the startup ecosystem. With every edition, the popularity has increased of EDII Empresario. Of late, we have started, prior to the main event at Ahmedabad, we have also started organizing certain events, regional events, boot camps, road shows in different cities of Gujarat and outside Gujarat, and trying to select the known startups, bring them, invite them over here. And we have had privilege of having, like you, several other guests, like earlier we had Honorable Minister Suresh Prabhuji was there, Krish Gopala Krishnan was there, Dr. Milind Kamble was there. So all those people, those who have graced this occasion, and we are very, very happy that despite these challenges, we could get your support and guidance for this. I look forward to having a fruitful discussion, deliberation, despite these challenges. And I'm also happy that for a person who has been involved in Gau Seva with a missionary zeal, you are available. And I can also see from the visuals that probably in the background, you are in your Gaushala or somewhere closer to that. So that would provide us another opportunity to peep into the work that you have been doing, and we try inspirations from your contributions in this specific field. So we look forward to your guidance, sir, your valuable words of wisdom. You have been an entrepreneur, more than a doctor. You are certainly a doctor, a civil servant, a leader, political leader. But ever since we have been interacting with you, we have found in you a great entrepreneur. And your presence itself inspires and motivates several people like me. So I'm sure that the students will feel immensely motivated after listening to you. With these words, sir, I welcome you and I look forward to your guidance and interaction on this occasion. I also take this opportunity to welcome another distinguished speaker on this event. Her address will be after the inaugural, and she's none other than the Chief of UNICEF Gujarat, Laxmi Bhawani.
Thank you, sir.
Dr. Laxmi Bhawani, and she is currently responsible for coordination and management of UNICEF programs and UNICEF activities, workshops, seminars, specifically in the Gujarat state. And her specialization and interest lies in the areas of policy dialogue and advocacy with the government and other stakeholders, partners, specifically for protection and enhancement of children's and women's rights in the state, in close coordination with the UNICEF India country office. Dr. Laxmi has served as a child development and nutrition specialist in UNICEF in Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and Karnataka. And she provided leadership to nutrition program in the state with upstreaming and evidence-based policy advocacy for women's rights. And so far education and training is concerned, she has a PhD in
Thank you,
nutrition,
sir.
MBA in healthcare services, and I'm sure that given her vast experiences and insight on development issues, uh, uh, her words of encouragement, guidance will be of immense help. And her presence inspires, motivates us, because current in this year's in current edition of Empresario, the theme is sustainable development goals. You all know that it is UN that has carved out niche for the sustainable development goals. And EDI also has been trying to see through its various activities that what are various goals that we can achieve or we can try to contribute. About 13 such goals out of all those sustainable development goals that we have identified. And we have already prepared our activity profile for this year and future, not only at Ahmedabad or in Gujarat, but all over the country. So we look forward to making our small contribution in achievement of this. And this year's Empresario is testimony to that. And I'm sure that the presence of Dr. Laxmi Bhawani will motivate us, guide us further on how do we go about it. So welcome, Dr. Laxmi, on this platform. While
Thank you, sir. Once again.
we are welcoming you virtually, but once institute reopens and situation becomes feasible, we look forward to your personal presence on the institute, so that we can derive satisfaction in welcoming you personally at the campus.
We to take pleasure. Thank you.
I also take this opportunity to welcome
Where are you? See, she is not seen on the. I am not able to see Madam
Dr.
Laxmi ji.
Laxmi, please make yourself visible. I think I can see her.
Yes.
Sir, I can see her.
We can see her, yeah.
Okay.
Lot of students are there. I can see it as of now 106 participants. They
Very
are
nice.
there, and I would appreciate my colleague Dr. Satyaranjan Acharya, who has been interested, involved, and probably his first love is interaction with the students for startup related activities, apart from managing, contributing in a variety of activities that he undertakes. So I would appreciate his effort to organize this. This is very, very important. I was not very sure whether we'll be able to organize Empresario, but credit apart from the students, from our side, it goes to Dr. Satya for organizing it. Nikhilesh Bhai has been supportive. I'm sure that he is there. All my other colleagues who are attending this, I take this opportunity to welcome them. I welcome the students, very, very important stakeholders. It is their event. They only have started it back in 2012. And I look forward to their enthusiastic participation and exchange of views on startup issues and something that we can come up with. In fact, while we all are waiting very patiently to get the things improved as soon as possible, but in view of these challenges, I would say that a lot of entrepreneurial opportunities are there. And I would appreciate some of our students, those who have responded to this time, like Hetika, our student, she has come up with the face mask, which was appreciated by Government of Gujarat and other forums. There are other students also. We ourselves, from one of our alumni students, we have been taking sanitizers, industrial sanitizers, home sanitizers. They have been manufacturing it, and they have aggravated their production, enhanced their production to meet with the demand, increased demand. So there are several other students who have responded, who are doing it. For our programs also, the project that we are implementing, Startup Village Entrepreneurship Program, which is Government of India, Ministry of Rural Development initiative, and we are working in about 64 blocks across 15 nations, 15 states. So these entrepreneurs are also involved in responding to the requirement and rising to the occasion. So they have been producing face masks, sanitizer, and several other products which are required. We have been conducting a series of micro entrepreneur program for the women entrepreneurs, particularly in the South, which is supported by Accenture and HCL. So they are also involved in similar work which are required, looking to the time and looking to the difficulties. So I welcome all those who have been who have been here, those who are here, those who can benefit. And I'm sure that all these experiences will be exchanged, and despite challenges, we'll be able to come up with some answers to this problem. Every challenge brings an opportunity, and as entrepreneurs are optimistic, so we are entrepreneurship educators, entrepreneurship professionals. I'm sure that we all are equally optimistic, and we look forward to improvement in the situation, and hopefully the things will improve for betterment soon. Government has been doing its bit, all the governments, all the authorities, and we have been able to really contain the spread of the pandemic to the extent possible. But our responsibilities have increased, and I'm sure that after about 6 or 7 weeks of lockdown, we will be more responsible in maintaining social distance, even if lockdown opens. With these words, I welcome one and all once again and look forward to your guidance, support, and exchange of views. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shukla. Your words always inspire all of us and definitely the students. And now it would be our privilege to listen to you, Dr. Kathiria, sir. Our viewers are waiting
Okay.
to listen to you.
Yes. Very good morning to all of you. I'm really very much thankful to Dr. Shukla ji, Sunil ji. You have done wonderful job, and you have invited me to join in this webinar. Yes, today is 1st May. It's a Gujarat Din, Gujarat Divas, Gujarat Sthapna Din. So I congratulate you also, as you have arranged this webinar on this day of Gujarat Sthapna Din. And you know that Gujarat is really an entrepreneurial state. And your institute, our institute, EDII, is also established in Ahmedabad or in Gandhinagar. And you have made wonderful, innovative entrepreneurship and other business. Well, you have prepared, you have done so many courses and so many such type of seminars. Really, I congratulate you for organizing this seminar. It's a virtual seminar, when we are meeting on virtual platform. First time, I think, we have joined in this seminar. Friend, almost 108 participants are there, as you told. I welcome all the participants, all the students also who have joined in this seminar. See, at present, we are really facing unprecedented corona crisis, COVID-19. It's really a pandemic, unprecedented event in our life. But I think our Indian mentality and overall our culture, definitely we will be able to win over this. But as Dr. Shukla said, it has come with a lot of opportunities.
वो घुसाए क्या करें, उस पे घुसा, पैनलिस्ट में घुसाना पड़ेगा.
Are you able to listen? All are listening? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you able to hear? Okay. See, now totally, I think the world scenario, new business opportunities, lot of new innovations, lot of new entrepreneurship businesses will come out and will be very new, a lot of innovative, and you will have opportunity also, and you will have more responsibility also. And in this scenario, this seminar, I really congratulate to you and say, when you have started from an 89th summit, really it's a great occasion for me also to say something about this seminar. Friends, I think because of the corona crisis, we will have a lot of opportunities in entrepreneurship. See, first is health, and you are going to listen, Madam Laxmi ji also. It will change the total health scenario, new entrepreneur, new innovations, and new innovations in not only in making the PPE in a sanitizer only, but lot of opportunities for new medicines, new pharmacological development, a lot of opportunity innovations in making vaccines, as well as laboratory equipments and kits, as well as we are in India and we have a system of traditional medicines in form of Ayurveda, homeopathy, Unani, Siddha, and a lot of. Nowadays, all the world is looking towards India only for what we are, where we are going ahead within Ayurveda and traditional system. I think the youngsters will have, and our Prime Minister also said last Sunday in his Man Ki Baat that the new scientists come up, new youngsters should come up with new innovations and entrepreneurship, new startup. He has given a good word startup also. So there is one more opportunity. Next one is after health, I think agriculture sector will be the total. Now people have realized that money, we cannot eat money. We cannot eat any manufactured mobile or TV or anything. But people will, and the world will look for the
I think the internet connection is a little poor. I'll just request viewers to have patience. We will wait for him to get back to us. Please have patience. These are the glitches of technology. Sometimes it's not in our hand. We will wait for him for some time. I'll just request our viewers to be patient a little bit, and I think our chief guest will be online. It's a technical issue, so he will be. We need to wait for him a little bit.
hello. Yes. Now it's okay. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you able to listen me?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Okay. Okay. I think.
Sir,
it was
maybe for
disconnected.
some, sir, hello, sir. Maybe
It was disconnected.
if you can switch off your video, probably it would be better for some time.
Okay.
Because,
Okay.
yeah, I think that's better. Yes.
Okay. Now, just only for a few minutes only. And next
Okay,
one,
sir.
I think after the health and agriculture, the next one will be the environment and ecosystem. That will have a major role to play for young ones, those who are having to spend a lot of their intellectual mind. Because see, at present, we have learned the importance of and understood the importance of ecosystem and environment. And lastly, I would like to say that because of this disaster management system, it is also going to play a major role. So entrepreneurship in disaster management equipment, and even अभी जो हम बात कर रहे हैं डिजिटल मीडिया, तो इन फ्यूचर आई थिंक it will totally change the system of conversation, maybe with digital, maybe various apps and various digital media. तो उसमें भी मुझे लगता है कि I think there are a lot of investment, lot of opportunity in entrepreneurship and innovations. And lastly, when I'm telling you that our Prime Minister is telling about research, in Rajkot, I think you might be one of your entrepreneur friend, they have ventilator. So this will also open the doors for various electromedical equipments, entrepreneurship and investment opportunity. Because I think almost 90-95% equipments we are importing. Not only ventilator, but all scopes, all OT instruments, surgical instruments, all medical MRI, CT scan, everything. So it will also open the door for our entrepreneurs in future, in nearby future, that at low cost we will be able to find out the solutions. And lastly, I will say that now it will have a era of social value investment. See, money is not everything. We have realized now that only money is not going to play.
Vaishali ma'am, I think you can continue.
Yeah, I would apologize, but then sometimes, technology can create a problem. But it's always very interesting to listen to Dr. Vallabh Kathiria, and maybe some other time you can listen to him quite clearly. We may organize some other occasions for him to be here with us. And may I just invite Dr. Satyaranjan Acharya to extend a vote of thanks for all. And we will come to the end of the inaugural session with that, and we will commence our webinar. Satya, sir.
So on behalf of EDII faculty and staff, I'd like to thank our guest of honor, Dr. Vallabhji. I think we'll try to connect him again. He is certainly going to talk to us next 3 days. This is a 3 days program. I'd also try to thank for the Professor Shukla and his leadership and his the vision at which we are all working together to create this program. And we'll continue with Laxmi madam, and we'll start talking to. We will also listen to her, and we'll try to connect Vallabhji once it is through, or we'll try to connect him. And thanks to all the student team which has actually worked in this program to make it successful. Though it's an online version, we'll certainly try to work all together to make this event a more grand and more energetic, and so that we can all learn a lot from this whole thing. Thanks a lot from my side. Let's continue with the other speaker.
Thank you, sir. And now we will begin our virtual startup summit by announcing our first webinar. And the topic of the webinar is role of young leaders to uplift SDG, Sustainable Development Goals, during this global crisis. Our today's speaker is Dr. Laxmi Bhawani, Cheif, UNICEF, Gujarat. Dr. Laxmi Bhawani is currently responsible for the coordination and management of the UNICEF programs in Gujarat. And we welcome you, ma'am, and we invite you to speak to our viewers now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vaishali. And a very good morning to Dr. Sunil Shukla, Director General of EDII, and Dr. Vallabh Kathiria, Chief Guest. Hope he is there. And Dr. Vaishali, and also Dr. Acharya, and all the participants who are participating in this webinar. A very good morning to you all and hope you all are safe. And I have been asked to talk on the role of youth leaders to uplift the SDGs during this global pandemic. And I think this is very apt to discuss on this subject today. United Nations Sustainable Development Goals envision building the better future for all people, leaving no one behind. The very agenda of the SDGs is a plan of action for the 3 Ps: people, planet, and prosperity, to transform our world by 2030, to foster peaceful, just, and inclusive societies which are free from fear and violence. For this, we have set 17 goals with 169 targets around various parameters like health, nutrition, water, sanitation, education, gender, inclusive societies, end violence, climate change, and so on. When the world has been steering ahead towards achieving the SDGs, we get a jolt with an unforeseen roadblock, this COVID-19 pandemic. Entire world is putting its resources and energy to fight this crisis. The response to the pandemic cannot be delinked from the SDGs. All the P's, the people, planet, prosperity, and also including peace, are affected by this COVID-19 pandemic. The COVID pandemic per se and also the related lockdown have affected several areas. It has brought out some systemic gaps in the public health system, and comprehensive convergent planning, implementation, and monitoring for the primary healthcare services is brought up. There are disruptions in the essential service delivery chains and food security. Children are being away from the schools, and violence against women and children. This we see with the increased reporting in the child line 1098, and lack of multi-sectoral alliances, people's engagement, urban challenges, migrants issues, physical and mental health, and many more issues have been brought up. And all these issues are to be addressed if we want to achieve the SDGs. Youth have the potential to contribute significantly to the economic and societal progress in India, particularly during this crisis time. In fact, it is quite heartening to see young people across the world who have voluntarily joined the common fight against the COVID, supporting both the frontline functionaries and also people who are in need. And they continue to push for this change, I'm sure. Even in Gujarat, we can see that youth-led groups are engaged in both online and excuse me, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Because it is showing that it is muted by the host. Okay. So even in Gujarat, we can see that youth-led groups are engaged in both online and offline work to tackle the present COVID crisis. Even without any directions or guidance, they are in the forefront of the crisis, rubbing shoulders with the real corona warriors like healthcare workers, police force, etc. There are examples where young people, as Dr. Shukla has mentioned, where young people are involved in making masks for the deprived people. We just heard about the examples from the EDI, and they are reaching out to the stranded migrant workers with food packets and groceries. They are participating in the voluntary platforms set up by government, extending valuable suggestions and ideas. And we also have examples where young people are coming up with innovative solutions for the COVID challenges. Youth is also undertaking risk communication. They also have the potential to engage in promoting online protection, which is a big issue now, and also improving the digital literacy, curbing violence against women and children, and so on. This is the right time for the young people to become the torchbearers of SDGs and work closely with the government, civil societies, private sector partners for co-creating the solutions to achieve the SDGs. The young minds across the world are best suited for creating technological and non-technological solutions to achieve the SDGs. And you will be surprised to know that 20% of the world population aged 10 to 24 years live in India. And we understand by 2030, across the globe, 2 billion young women and men seeking opportunities for the brighter future. And if young people are prepared with the right skills for the work, they will live out their full potential and lift entire nation. They are our pride. But investments in learning and training are falling short, and too many young people are not keeping pace with the evolving demands of employment. Transformative change for young people is only possible when we create an open platform for dialogue and partnership, and where national governments, state governments, private sector, international organizations, civil societies unite with young people for a shared vision of progress. We should build on local and national efforts and tailor plans to meet the key priorities, needs, and conditions of the states. We are securing strong commitments from the highest levels of the government, leveraging the full resources of businesses, and putting young people at the heart of the decision making. In this endeavor of turning major trends into transformative change for young people, we look forward to collaborating with like minded partners, available opportunities and platforms for changing the lives of adolescents and young people in this state. As a part of COVID response, UNICEF is closely working in partnership with many organizations to listen and provide platforms for young people, particularly in the age group of 15 to 24 years, and provide them opportunities to steer innovations through collaborative platforms such as Breakthrough Accelerators Challenge, which you must have heard, arm the youth volunteer groups who are working in the field with right information and knowledge on COVID, and support the youth groups in online activation of COVID campaign and busting fake news through various online media. And if you look at from the perspective of the youth leaders should come up with innovative approaches to achieve the SDGs, participate in the planning and implementation and monitoring of the SDG progress. Youth volunteer alliances should be engaged in actions towards achieving SDGs. And you should acquire the right skilling and reskilling opportunities for better employable opportunities, particularly in the context of the corona outbreak and post-COVID situation. Youth leaders should demand for platforms to voice their issues and guide the policy formulation frameworks. On the other hand, I would also like to bring some positive aspects. In this COVID lockdown, you must have taken cognizance of some positive gains of reduced pollution, increased fuel saving, increased efficiency of the digital literacy, improved family and human relations, contributing to the mental health. And so taking all this into cognizance, the youth leaders have a
Excuse me,
great
ma'am.
role to
I'll just interrupt for 1 minute. I'm so sorry. We can see our chief guest Kathiria ji on screen. So I
yeah, okay.
just wanted to let him know that once you finish, we would like to
Sure.
listen to him also after
Sure,
that.
sure.
No,
Please
no, no,
continue,
definitely.
ma'am. I
Continue,
apologize for the
continue.
interruption.
Okay,
Thank you.
continue.
Okay. So what I'm trying
I'm
to
listening.
say is, yeah, thank you, sir. So what I'm trying to say is, while we are having some positive effects during this COVID lockdown, the youth leaders have the great role to play by finding the solutions to nurture them for further, mainstream into our living habits, practicing them, and also taking these gains forward to future generations. Particularly in the SDGs, when you hear about the climate change and the equities and all, this is very important. And we believe that this pandemic will bring a lot of opportunities to our young leaders. For the time being, I stop here, and I like to hear the comments, if any, and also respond to queries if you have. And I thank EDI once again for giving me this opportunity, and stay safe.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank
But
you.
we already have quite a few questions coming to us. So maybe after we have listened to
Sure.
Kathiria ji, then we will get back to you again. Thank you
Sure.
very much. Sir, may we
No, no,
listen
no.
to you now?
Okay, okay, okay. Yes, there are such type of problems in digital media everywhere. But I have not to say more because you know, see, I think we will have to, yes, as ma'am was saying, कि अभी आने वाले दिनों में बहुत अपॉर्चुनिटीज है जो यंगस्टर्स के लिए. उसमें मेरा तो कहना है कि nowadays we will have to find out new opportunities in eco-friendly and environment-friendly innovations. And as I told earlier, how or what I'm contributing to the society, it will be a social value investment opportunities because just earning money by any, see nowadays the misuse of digital media, hackers are coming there. So this type of business we will not promote in future. Professions, or as we say, with professor or investment with ethics and morals, and this will lead to the better world for tomorrow. And I think today's seminar, we should pray that we are just I would say that let us have a strong issues, because see, Corona has given us taught lot of lessons. Dr. Shukla, I think tomorrow again I will be here for investment opportunities. Today I have nothing to say, but I again congratulate you and all your team that you have arranged such a nice seminar and on current affairs and current issue. I wish all you be safe, stay home, and think positively, so that we will be able to overcome this Corona crisis. And lastly, in end, I will end up my speech with Robert Frost's poem. The woods are lovely, dark and green, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. और हमें ये भी जानना चाहिए कि this will also go. अंधेरा चला जाएगा, उजाला आएगा. For the Corona crisis, we will have a much better world for tomorrow, youngsters, and we will be able to achieve SDGs, Millennium Development Goals, Sustainable Development Goals. We will have to rethink, retrospect, and introspect ourselves for better future. Yes, now I end up my speech. Congratulating to all of you, all the participants, all the best of luck to young youngsters, entrepreneurs, and students also. And thank you very much to Dr. Shukla and the team.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I finish my speech.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. And as sir has so correctly said that like every good and bad things, this phase also will pass, and we need to remain optimistic and positive for our future. And ma'am, we will go to you now. And there was a question which has come, which says that what these questions are from the students. And what are the major sustainable development goals among the listed 17 goals? What are the major goals that needs immediate attention to address the crisis that is going on?
Okay. Thank you. And it is a very apt question once again. I would like to just, can I share my screen on sustainable development goals so that I can?
Please, yes, ma'am. That will be like nice.
See, actually, these are the 17 sustainable goals we are aiming at achieving by 2030. And if you look at, for your convenience, I have simplified the same 17 goals. So if you look at these goals, except for maybe, I think if you look at, there is no goal where you cannot contribute. The young people have a role to play in every goal. For example, today COVID, the pandemic is the crisis we are facing. So in the health, normally young people will think that, oh, that is a professional's task. We don't have anything to contribute. But today, if you see, we are hearing the young people are coming up with innovations to make the masks and wear sanitizers. And also some children have gone even to the extent of making the cost-effective ventilators. So you need to have the innovation, you need to have the creativity, you can contribute to everything. And today we are facing the corona pandemic is followed by the heat wave and the water crisis. So you can play a role in the water and sanitation and promoting, and also facilitating its availability to the needy people. The same way climate change. One is by practicing ourselves and also promoting the message. So what I am trying to say is, if you look
Ma'am,
at
your sir, just a minute. I think your screen is you have not shared a screen. Can you just share
I
your
did,
screen? No, I
I
think
did.
the screen is not visible, ma'am. I think that's
The
Okay, I
viewers
think
can see this,
probably.
or
yeah. Please again share your screen. It's
Okay.
not it's not visible to others.
Now, is it
Yeah,
visible
it is
now?
started. It is started showing. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I think make it full screen so that we can work it out.
Yeah, sure. So what this is in detail, the actual SDGs.
Yeah, ma'am.
So,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
for your convenience, I have simplified this. So when you look at these goals, every goal you have a role to play. And you may think that what do role, but start internalizing where you can. In three ways you can support. One is by building the aspirations of the people, young people, how they can contribute to it, and also build a enterprise issue around that. Then automatically you get a lot of ideas. You may not be a professional, but you can build the enterprise concept to each of the goal. And the third way is youth, young people, you are the torchbearers for the future generations. So you can also play a role of the social change agents. If you think that one, you have to practice yourself, and also you have to set the trend setting has to be done by you, and you have to carry these messages by educating people and continue this. So but like this you can make. And second, I would like to, in the present current context of the COVID pandemic, every young person has to think that now it is the time for multitasking and multiple skilling. So we need to build ourselves to prepare for the future and to and fit ourselves. Now you must have heard about the survival of the fittest. So this is the time for us to prove that, and we have to work on multiple skilling and multitasking. And in particular, suppose if you get with regard to any particular goals, what role you can play, I can narrate that, but there, even offline we can interact several times. Thank you.
okay, thank you very much.
I'll stop sharing.
Yeah, after that. Yeah, right. And that's quite helpful, ma'am. And now there is a question which I think is a worry for everyone, young and old. But the question is, what do you think will be the condition of youth employment and entrepreneurship post this crisis? I'm getting these questions from our Q&A section. So it is already there. So for
Okay.
employment and entrepreneurship, so the threat or maybe the opportunities.
Thank you. This is a very applicable question for all the youngsters, because what we need to do is, first thing, right from the childhood rather. Now EDI students and other participants are asking, but I consider that right from the childhood we need to have a functional literacy than just by hearting the concepts and subject. So it is, one is I would like to mention in the students perspective and what the stakeholders perspective. And now with the corona pandemic, there is an apprehension that there may be cut in the employment and opportunities and in the terms of the payments and all kinds of things. That is why, as earlier I have mentioned, we need to get ourselves ready with the multiple skilling and multitasking. This would improve our opportunities. And second thing, as UNICEF, we are also making efforts to get in touch with a lot of companies and industry CII partners to see that what kind of skills they are going to require in the coming future, and how to make skilling opportunities for youngsters. So in this we are working out something. And apart from this, I also would like to say that the the governments, we are also advocating with the government that education system should be brought nearer to the industry and nearer to the employability skills. So for which the youngsters need to have built their aspirations, and once they have the aspirations, they have to pursue the employability skills, and then opportunities will come automatically. And don't look for employment always. You should also think that how you can provide employment to many. people, young people. So for that, you need to build your entrepreneurial skills. Even for building the entrepreneurial skills, now there are so many opportunities. In the simple thing is Atal Innovation Mission, and there are several incubation centers are there. In Gujarat itself, we have several incubation centers. In very much in EDI, we have incubation center. So they are also organizing a lot of boot camps. Invest your time in that and build your aspirations and accordingly pursue your skills. Automatically, you will get the employment. And in Gujarat University, there is something, EDI, there is something, IIM, there is a innovation center. So explore these opportunities. And apart from this, I want to just add one more thing, that the education department with the support from UNICEF has launched the career portal, and the career portal which gives the career guidance and also career counseling. So right now the IDs are given to only the students of the government schools, but if anybody is interested, we can work towards giving you the IDs. So we can I would like EDI to let us know if anybody is interested, we can provide this. Thank you.
That's really great. Thank you so much. I'm sure many are happy to hear that out. And Dr. Shukla, may we ask you about your opinion about, like, is really employment and entrepreneurship both, do we need to be very scared about it? Or what do you think the post-crisis, how the scenario would look for employment? And there's a question from the students that for employment as well as from entrepreneurship, and what are the threats that are hanging post this crisis?
On some other forum, I cited the example of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. And for the benefit of students, I would recollect that once again in the context of entrepreneurship. When Dr. Kalam was elected as President of India, his office asked him that, sir, do you have any auspicious muhurat for taking oath? And Dr. Kalam said that, yes, I do have. So long the earth revolves around the sun and it rotates on its orbit, any muhurat is auspicious for me. And again, from that simile, I would say that any time, so long the people are there, so long consumers are there, so long problems are there, so long society exists, I think there would be entrepreneurial opportunities. But one has to carefully analyze that what kind of opportunities are coming and what value I am adding. Like Dr. Kathiria mentioned, and ma'am also mentioned that this challenge, the pandemic, gives us a lot of opportunities. But one has to think very innovatively and offer the enterprise as a solution to the problems that exist or that is coming up. Employment opportunity also is a problem. It has been expressed by several scholars, policymakers, administrators, that employment opportunities are going to pose a tough challenge. For some time it would be there, but in the longer run, I think this is going to be new normal, and we will have to adjust ourselves for that. And if a student thinks about what are newer opportunities in view of the policy is also going to support that. Government of India has been working on that. Some policy initiatives also have already been taken, like for migrant laborers, MSME entrepreneurs, for investment promotion. Lots of things are going on, and I'm sure that these will provide opportunities. So far, personally, my belief is concerned about the opportunities. You can know that the institute is closed for about 6-7 weeks due to lockdown, and even in this situation, we are quite optimistic. And for last 1 week, we are conducting our faculty interviews. Online, it has been going on, and it is likely to continue for another 3-4 days. So we have that optimism. We are quite confident that yes, things will improve for betterment, and there would be there would be a lot of opportunities for entrepreneurs or entrepreneurship projects, and we need good, capable people. So students should not shy away. They are from EDI. They are entrepreneurial students. And entrepreneurship adds value to the existing professional manpower. So I'm sure with that entrepreneurial mindset and outlook, they will be able to create that difference. That distinctiveness is needed. So you need to be little distinct, little different. Find out that what your unique strengths, skills are, and in which field I have to create my enterprise which generates employment. So this is what my take is. Thank you.
Can
Thank you
I
very much.
add one point, Vaishali?
Please, ma'am. Please, ma'am. Yes.
I would like to urge all the young people that they have to be relevant to the current situation anytime. It is not only now about the COVID pandemic. At any point, given point of time, they need to be relevant, and also they need to be in a position to see little ahead, like what is the need going to be tomorrow, and that will make them survive. Thank you.
Correct. And the relevance is really very important in whatever we do. And one more interesting question, ma'am, that is coming up in this Q&A section. And it says that because of the lockdown, the nature has really kind of reclaimed itself. This seems to have a positive impact on the SDG goals on climate action. So how can we ensure that nature has its own space even after? So do you have anything to say about that, ma'am?
Okay. Actually, it is like we have to co-create solutions for this. First thing I would like to say that. But apart seeing the positive gains, everybody has recognized this positive benefits. But only the challenge is how we mainstream this. For example, the academic institutions, if we have the 6-day week, can we make it 5-day week? So that one day we work through work from home or teleworking style, or how do we use digital literacy so that we can avoid going out for some things, and even the services through the online services system should be upgraded or even further improved, or something we have to find what are the different areas that have implication on the climate change. First we need to look at them, and for each of that what is the solution to maintain the benefits what we have seen now, and how to mainstream into the policies and the programs in action in the regular course, and how we take this forward at individual level. For anything, first thing, the commitment should be on the individual. I have to contribute to this, and whatever benefits I have seen today, I will maintain this. And then we have to look from the our family and the society, and then how to mainstream into programs and policies. That should we need to co-create. Still, it is all new to us. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely, the truth. And before we wind up, I would like to ask both of you, first Dr. Shukla and then you, and ma'am, if you have any, what is your message to all the viewers? I mean, we are all faculty members as well as our students, and in the among part of this portal. So, what is your message for all of us regarding entrepreneurship or even about life? Dr. Shukla, if I may ask you, please.
Dr. Kathiria has already answered this question very well. That one has to remain relevant. That is very, very important. That whatever we are doing, whether it is products, services, manufacturing, trading, all that we are doing, how can we remain relevant? She also said that with or without pandemic, we don't have to wait for a pandemic to remain or become relevant. That is the entrepreneurial but we need to assess the opportunity, that what are opportunities which are emanating and how can we convert these opportunities into viable, successful business models. What value I am delivering? What value do I deliver for the consumers? What value do I deliver for the society? What value do we deliver for other stakeholders, investors or anybody? So if we are able to find out that value proposition and try to work enthusiastically with a positive mind. I always believe that entrepreneurship is a state of mind. More than a skill, it is the mindset. So if we keep that with entrepreneurial attitude, we can certainly be successful. Never give it up. Be creative, be innovative, be independent, and try to prepare risk even when the information appears to be inadequate. That will be your ability to take that risk. I'm sure that you can do that. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Ma'am, your comment for
Yeah.
our students and all
So,
of us, please.
one thing I would like to tell the young people is nobody is an expert, nobody is proficient to begin with. We all acquire. So first thing, we need to be positive and we need to pursue. And we should never give up. And last thing, I with this message, I have one request. The request is you go to the net, in the website, you can find the UN SDG document. And if you read that, there is nothing which is left out. It has explained the fears, the aspirations, and the dreams, vision, and it has brought out all the problems that we are facing. And today, whatever problems we are facing in COVID, it is very well narrated in that document. And it also gives you some solutions what you need to do, and how to keep yourself relevant throughout. So just read that and internalize it, and you will automatically be the best. So don't give up.
Thank you very much. And that sums it all very wonderfully, that we should not give up whatever happens. Absolutely, ma'am. And thank you so much. Thank you very much, sir. And with that, we have come to the end of today's webinar. And for our viewers, thank you very much for being with us. And stay tuned, because this is just the starting of the summit. And for next 2 days, there will be many more discussions and interesting sessions for all of you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I have really enjoyed the session. I
Thank
would
you.
have enjoyed more if I had interacted with the young people. Thank you so much.
We will wait for that, ma'am. I'm sure that is the hope that we keep in our mind.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shukla.
Thank you. Thank you.